So I decided at 33 that I wanted to start a YouTube channel and do it for real. The first step was just to get 3 videos up. I did that, and then resistance hit hard. The next video has been weeks in the making. Weeks of perfection, weeks of procrastination, days of my inner voice saying, "Who the fuck do you think you are?" I can always count on my saboteur to show up without an invite. She's there to remind me of my guilt and shame, that I used to be creative but not so much anymore, that I'm not pretty or skinny enough to be in front of the camera. But I've learned after a lifetime of self-sabotage, when all is lost, focus on progress, not perfection. What is the next tiny step I can make? Some days that tiny step is so tiny it's barely detectable. If you blink, you might miss it. It's getting out of bed when you don't want to. It's taking a shower, honoring my body, and focusing on hygiene because my body deserves to be treated well. It's looking around my space and noticing the little things. I heard this YouTuber call it order in the kingdom. Our environment is more than just a space we inhabit. It's an energetic extension of our very being. If there's chaos outside, there's disorder on the inside. Another tiny step can be just stepping outside the door, going for a walk, and reintroducing yourself to the world. Even for just a brief bagel run, it's something. Our negative self-talk thrives in the darkness, in isolation, and the sunlight cuts it down at the source. Some days, you're going to get shit done. You have to focus on the next step of the work or the project. But when you're dealing with your mental health and you're feeling paralyzed, it's because you need to sort yourself out first. You need to silence the noise from the outside and from the inside. The creative process can wait. Sometimes I fall into these deep holes because I look to my favorite creators and wish my visuals could look like theirs. I beat myself up for not being at that level, but why am I comparing my day 1 to someone's day 876? It just isn't a fair comparison. Some days, it's not about creating at all because you gotta be okay first to create from a place of security and peace. One of my favorite quotes from the great 13th century Sufi poet, Rumi, is, "Yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today I am wise, so I am changing myself." It might not feel like much at first, but start with yourself. You are the creative vessel, the masterpiece, and sharing it with the world is just this beautiful cherry on top. So I ask you again, you good? It's okay if you're not. What can we do today to move a tiny step forward? From that place, creating is possible again.